Coach, there will be time for reflection, certainly as the season goes on, but for what might be the final time in the East Bay, it is opening night of the NFL season here in Oakland, California. The pregame festivities here in Oakland have to be seen to be believed. This crowd in silver and black, they are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Denver Broncos. Here's the former Auburn kicker Daniel Carlson to get this one started. And off we go from Oakland. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. 31 yards there and a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out.
Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Cortland Sutton, 44 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. So we got man.
Now a first down throw. Locke got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Second year in Oakland for Waller after being signed off the Ravens practice squad, but only 6 catches, 75 yards a season ago. Then he got a lot of hype in the offseason following OTAs. Their offensive coordinator saying, Darren, you have that position. Coach Gruden went as far as to say, Darren, you have the chance of a lifetime here. So now it's time for Darren Waller to go out there and prove it.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Luck, the open man here, Renfro. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses their script, and right now they're following it to a T.
And for that opening drive, so part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that. But you can
pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Let's get it. Check out. 26 Mike. 26 Mike. Hey, check. I'm going back to you. Switch it. Come on, switch it. He's checking. Crash.
After the run, Luck going to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, exit.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Max Crosby in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
I got you.
Bravo. Go.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
On the ball. Ready?
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Maurice Hurst. He's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally.
Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. I don't think that was a blitz, was it?
No, not at all. I mean, there was no blitz called on the play. Had other responsibilities, but he saw an opportunity, saw a path, and he took it.
Watch left. It's coming this way.
Third and long, it's Locke. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. This will probably be the last play of the quarter.
I'm going to run you over.
They go with Jacobs. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. A shotgun snap for Locke. Caught out right by Renfro. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Locke. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Locke. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfro. Quick slant there gets him the first down, 6 yards on the play. Luck going to bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Again, Luck. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Another try after the first down sack. Luck. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Darren Waller, the intended receiver.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And he's got Rome. A huge play there for Denver. So they dig a little deeper in the playbook there, get the wide receiver the ball, running it, and it proves fruitful.
Love the call. When you've got a guy who has running back skills, you want him to touch the ball as well, not just out wide where you throw it to him. Make sure you hand it to him or toss it to him and let him go to work.
Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
50, play. 6-6, pull it high.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, they'll throw with Locke. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Juju Smith-Schuster there to make the grab. And the Broncos push further out in front.
How about that touchdown, partner? If you blinked, you probably missed it. I looked away for just a second, and they were in the end zone.
McManus's point after is good, and that'll make the score 14-0. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A pretty good-looking run there on 1st down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for 3rd down.
Playing pass all the way.
26 Mike. Hey, Charlie.
Out of the gun, Luck. And that is incomplete. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On play action, Lock. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Throwing his long. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, unless there's a postseason meeting later in the year, this is most likely the final time that the Broncos and Raiders will play in Oakland. There's so much history between the two since their inaugural season in the AFL back in 1960. Broncos and Raiders, they've been locked together in the same division, facing off twice a season. And this rivalry also stands as the most common pairing for Monday night games like we have here, 18 times, the most of any two teams. Now Love, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 39-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Ready. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Yes.
Check 55 to Mike. Know your job.
Go.
Throwing on 2nd down. Lock. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Nevin Lawson with a pick. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. Extra point from McManus is good, and it's now 21-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we have reached halftime here in the final game of opening weekend 2019. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Looking downfield for Jones. And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Jacobs now. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose one or two. On 2nd and 11 now. Luck. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long.
And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point splits the uprights, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is fielded at the goal line. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Officially an even 100 yards coast to coast on the kick return. And the Broncos push further out in front. Such an electric play, so much fun to watch, and you need all 11 guys in sync for that to be successful, don't you?
Without a doubt. That's teamwork, to be able to put it all together. But that play is really probably the most exciting 10 seconds in football.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They coming off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball. That cut down the lead. Now the defense does their part, got them the football back.
So now maybe with the touchdown they scored previously, plus their defense making that stand up.
And Luck will be intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked up by Obi Melifonwu. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Juju Smith-Schuster the target once again, but it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Lock. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line.
25 to Mike. We got 25 to Mike.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
55. Hey, eat. Crunch time, defense. Mike 55. Mike 55. Yeah.
Locke looks to throw it again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back.
Go. Kick the oar. Hey, wahoo!
Watching you cry. I'm coming. Mike 55. Check.
Clock now to throw. And he's going to go down again. Maurice Hurst, his second sack of the night.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and then angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
And he is out of bounds up past the 10. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Love. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. A Raider first down, 17 yards. Luck now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Luck now to throw. Now a hit, and Luck lost the football. It's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
McManus's point after is good, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Love. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Willie Henry muscled his way in for the sack.
This has been a tough one for this. It's almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now it's Love. And the pressure gets to him again.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Here's the Raiders punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Back now in the East Bay. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
15-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
On first down, Locke. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Lock now, 11 to 15 through the air. Here's first and 10.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
5.
Throwing on first down is Locke. That one into the hands of Hamilton. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
70, Indy.
So here's a first and 10 now in Raider territory at the 30-yard line.
25's the Mike. They can't hang with us.
Get it.
On first and 10, here's Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Check.
Ready.
Running right, this is Freeman. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And McManus able to put it through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Willie Henry able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now they go screen. It's complete. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's fourth.
A gain of only a yard. It's fourth down.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. To throw is Love. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The man who won a Super Bowl MVP award across the bay in Santa Clara, Von Miller. His second sack of the night. To try again after the sack. Luck. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been.
And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting.
From 7 on the 7th play of the drive. They snap it to Love. Away to the 30. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, Zoo.
Throwing again is Love. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. After the sack on first down, Luck. And this is going to be intercepted. Duke Dawson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. And I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held him to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
Kill. Check 31. Check 50. Check 50. Quick dash. Go.
A lot going to throw it here. Got a man open. It's Sutton. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Broncos, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Oakland, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.